Hey, welcome back to another Midweek Musing with Vicar Josh. Now, I don't know about you lately, but I've loved the past few days because the weather is finally warming up. We are coming out of winter. The first day of spring is on Sunday, and honestly, I'm just dreaming about summer. I'm thinking about baseball and time on the lake and getting to swim and barbecues and picnics and all those fun things that make summer so amazing. Now, if you've ever been to a picnic or barbecue, you know an important thing is plates to get our food and all the different things. And one thing you probably know is not all plates are created equal. Like this type of plate, we call it a dessert plate or a cake plate. Let's be honest, this plate is really for just a few vegetables that we might want to throw on. These plates are for our main course so we can fit all those important things that we need to eat. And if we're eating dessert, we probably want something like this so we can put a dessert in each section. Now, why am I talking about plates today besides the nice weather? Well, in the last month at St. John's, we've been going through a Lenten series all about pain and how we deal with pain. And this last week, we talked about grief and loss. Now, this is something in my personal life I have felt quite a bit. 5 years ago, my dad passed away, and that also was the time where my wife's mom passed away also. And something my wife and I have really used to help us process our grief and this long process is talking about plates. See, what we begin to talk about is we begin to talk about how much we can handle. Because there's days emotionally, spiritually, all the different stress we take on, we say these are small plate days. Why? Because that particular day we can't handle very much. Maybe we're processing something, we're dealing with a hurt, something unexpectedly happened that brought us back to that place of deeper grief or hurt that we went through maybe years ago, but we're back in that spot for a day, for an hour, for a time. So I share with my wife, hey, I'm having a day like this where I'm struggling. I can't deal with very much. Now, other days are better days. Maybe I can fit a little bit more on my plate and handle a little bit more stress on that particular day. But her and I have really realized how much this has helped us just be there for each other. Now, as I said, a part of this in dealing with grief is being vulnerable, letting other people know what we are going through and what we are feeling. Because if you've ever used one of these plates, you know an important part of these plates is support. You put your hands under it. There's a lot of other things you can put on it. And it's the same is with grief. If you can find some people to support you through it, that is really going to help. But we know support doesn't just happen with one hand. It is two hands under a plate if you're going through really difficult things. That second hand of support comes from God. God is with us. I've never realized that more and felt how close God can be with us when I've walked through grief and loss. Because it's in those moments especially that God reaches in. God isn't distant. God isn't far away. God isn't just on the right hand of God. God is behind me. God is alongside me. God is putting his arm on my shoulder. God is giving me that person in that right moment that's going to say something meaningful that's going to help me. God supports us. Now, a Bible verse I love with this is John 16:33. This is right at the end of Jesus' ministry. He's about to leave. He's speaking to his disciples, and he's basically telling them that he's going to die. And he says, in this world there will be trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world. See, God comes alongside of us to help us and support us. So I don't know what type of grief, what type of loss that you are going through, but I can tell you it is a process. It is tough. It's not a class in school that we accomplish and we finish it. But the biggest thing we need through grief and loss is support. Because even if there's days we can't handle very much, if we get support from others, if we can get support from God, which we will, we can take on a lot more. And God will continue to walk alongside of us through that grief and loss. Because God ultimately loves us, and take heart, he has overcome the world. Have a great day.